CrossMap AirDribbles into reset is a move that is becoming popular amongst pro players because it can turn a sticky situation in your own backboard into a gold thread if done right. Today I will get into detail about it so you can learn it and solve any possible problems you might face while doing it. As an RLCS coach, I guarantee you that this is not just a flashy mechanic but a tool that will actually be useful during your games. It's a high risk, high reward play, so practice it and follow this tutorial to not leave open nets to your opponent. Mechanic itself, it's a dodge AirDribble setup, followed by a touch around midfield to end usually with a flip reset, but you can also finish with other mechanics as well. So let's break down each part. The setup. You'll approach the wall with the ball somewhat close to you, and a 90-degree angle would be ideal since it makes the flip and follow up easier. Then it comes the first hit. Try to make it before the ball goes above the crossbar. It makes it easier since it gives you a lot of room to not hit the ceiling. Remember that you'll need some initial height, but you will also gain some after your flip. After this first hit comes the most overlooked part, which is your takeoff. You need to make sure to place your car underneath the ball for the flip. If you see that you end up at the same height as the ball, just use your brake before taking off. This will also prevent you from hitting the ball too hard when you flip. Another tip is to not be afraid of going too slow because you'll catch momentum once you flip anyway. For the second hit itself, you first need to rotate your car to face the ball while approaching it with a similar speed to it. When you're about to hit it, you'll diagonal flip cancel in a similar way to a speed flip. It's important that you do it this way because it allows you to hit the ball and still be aiming up, just like speed flips allows you to boost forward all the time. As I just mentioned, you need to diagonal flip and then control your dodge to make sure that the nose of your car ends up pointing up. This is a thing that you can simply train off the ball in the ground if you are not consistent at it yet. Once you get this down, try to transition into a tornado spin that goes into the same direction as you flipped. When doing it with the ball, focus your touch to be right on the bottom of it, so it gains enough height. Also, don't throw boost when you are flipping since you'll need it for your follow-up touch. The flip touch is the hardest part to get, so practice this part alone and not really focus on the AirDribble part until this is solid, because it will determine the quality of your next touch and how much boost you will use during the whole thing. The aerial. Right after your flip ends, you will start throwing boost. Make sure to feather it since in a real match you will have up to 100 boost, but realistically you'll even have less. You need to boost enough so you can get your first touch around the midfield. A common mistake I see is that people tend to push the ball forward instead of focusing on maintaining height, because you already have momentum from the flip. This will help you to maintain control and give you room to change the speed of the ball with your reset, making it less predictable. To carry it properly, pay attention to hit the ball right underneath so you can follow up with a proper reset afterwards. Also, make sure you fully commit to your touch, instead of going for a shaky, weak touch because you are scared of messing it up. You don't want to hit the ball too far away either, so boost until you are about to make contact with the ball. This will make the touch softer but still solid. Confidence is key in this mechanic, so don't overthink it too much and just practice AirDribbles that I will show you how in just a little bit. Let's go for the finisher. Ways to finish your play. You will use different one depending on the situation. So here are some good examples ranked by difficulty. If your opponent rushes right into you, a front flip cancel is great because it allows you to immediately pop the ball over their head. Difficulty level 4 out of 10. If they wait for you net, go for a delayed reset by just hitting the ball up when you get the reset, allowing you to wait for the right moment to use your flip. Difficulty level 5 out of 10. If you're forced to get your reset far from the net, going for a reset musty is a great option. To do so, simply let the ball fall a little bit and go for the reset more on the back of it, which will make the front of your car pop, allowing you to get into the musty position much faster. Difficulty level 7 out of 10. Also, if you are somewhat on high levels such as SSL and above, and you are playing 2s or 3s, you'll usually get challenged pretty early. So going for pop resets is a great idea. I will link AlienHead tutorial in a comment which explains it perfectly. Difficulty level 9 out of 10. Another good non-reset options are: go for a bump on the defender if he commits before you can get your reset. This is not that hard to pull off mechanically, but you need to be aware of your surroundings by listening carefully if somebody jumped to the ball. Difficulty level 5 out of 10. Wait for the ball to land and go for a plan B pogo, which will usually catch your opponent off guard, especially if you are close to him and he is low on momentum. Difficulty level 7 out of 10. Now, if you struggle to keep height on your aerial, dedicate some hours to practice AirDribble Gauntlet Workshop, which focuses mainly on this skill. And if you don't know how to go for dodge setups for AirDribbles, watch this tutorial made a few months ago where I covered them in detail. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly Rocket League coaching content, and as always, thanks for watching and see you next time.